Hello everybody, my name is Sol. I am an Argentinian DJ based in Milan, but today I'm not here to talk about music. I'm here to talk about fashion schools, fashion degrees. I have two fashion degrees, one in production in Argentina and another one in styling in Marangoni, Milan. So I asked my followers, because I know that I do have a lot of students or people that would want to study or people that would want to work, but you know, when you don't have enough information and you come from a completely different background that has nothing to do with fashion creativity or something, it's a big risk and a big step to decide to pursue what you actually like when you know nothing about it. So I'm here to try to help you guys. See, what's the difference between your school and other Milano fashion school? Okay, so I went to Istituto Marangoni in Milano. It's I think it's ranked the 5th best fashion school in the world. At least it was when I enrolled. Of course, every different school has a different angle and a different way of teaching things. I think that Marangoni is very good in teaching you what the industry feels like and looks like. I know that other schools might have a more creative prospect to the fashion industry and the fashion world. In my opinion, Marangoni, it's more of a logistic one. It teaches you a lot about the industry. It depends on your own approach to the fashion industry, you know, like what do you want to be, who do you want to be. You have to be your own, of course, but it's completely different. Nicola Formichetti from Karin Radfield.
Karine
Radfeld. There you go. I myself am very happy with the school I chose because I know that my approach is a little bit more logistic than completely creative and abstract but I do admire people that think like that. Next question. How hard was it choosing my school? It was not hard because I chose the city first. I chose Milano first. I was not happy with the education. I was not unhappy, but unsatisfied with the education that I was receiving in Argentina. So I knew that I wanted something. I knew that I wanted to experience different approaches, different cultures, different, like, you know, in Argentina, they teach you about European fashion. I wanted a taste of the real thing. So I went to Marangoni because I was suggested the school, and it was actually my first choice. What doors did it open? A lot. I actually still work with my school a lot as a DJ. I actually played at my own graduation party. I have an excellent relationship with my school. I think they're amazing. They have a lot of contacts. They are very respected in the fashion industry, in the fashion world. For example, they give you, like, we didn't have classes during fashion weeks. Why is that? Not because you have vacations, but because fashion week for students for everybody is very stressful, but for students that are trying to make it in the industry, it's even more, because you have to go to the events, you have to apply for internships for fashion week, you have to apply, like, you know what I mean, like, you have to be all over the place, and they understand that that is part of the job and that is part of the learning, so they're not bombing you with homework, classes and stuff. So that's a good thing about what I say, that they teach you about the industry. In fashion week, honey, you don't leave. It's not glamorous, it's pretty tiring. It's fucking fantastic, don't get me wrong. I hate it and I love it. You end up exhausted but so gratified. So that's a good thing, you know what I mean? Like, they give you the opportunity to actually explore that world without having to worry for that week about school. Do we have more opportunities in Europe in that industry? Sadly, I think so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you have more opportunity, you have just bigger opportunities. It's true that you also have way more competition, but I'm talking about my country, which I love and I miss every day ever since I moved out. I think we have the best social culture ever. But when it comes to the fashion industry, I think that it's lacking a lot, and not because we don't have the potential or we don't have the talent or we don't have the money. It's because we are okay just copying Europe things, and that's what pisses me off in a certain way, because I think we have the opportunity to be amazing, we just don't want to. So when in Argentina you can be playing for a local brand, in Europe playing because I'm a DJ, but you can be working with a local brand. In Europe you can be working for freaking Gucci or Swarovski or I don't know, Off-White, you know what I mean? Argentina is very close-minded when it comes to their market, and I think that's a pity. It is, because we have extremely talented people that can create their own, and there actually is a lot of people that are creating their own, but there's also a lot of people that are very comfortable in their place of copying. So I don't know if you have more opportunities, you have better ones in Europe. I think that is that's the thing. Like, while in Argentina you're working with a local, I don't know, you're dressing as a stylist, you're dressing a local celebrity. In Europe you can be working backstage at a Moschino show or a Valentino one or a Prada one, you know what I mean? Like, it's those are different opportunities. It's harder to make it, but if you do, then it's way bigger because it's worldwide. Un tuo parere sulle università private? Okay, I'm gonna say this. It's an Italian question, but I'm gonna reply it in English, and I'm gonna put subtitles. So it's asking me what's my thought on private school, if I consider them better. Not necessarily. I come from a country, as I said, Argentina, where the public school, it's 100% free, and it's one of the 100 best in the entire world when it comes to every single subject, from medicine and law to fashion design and graphic design. It's brilliant. I don't know much about public schools in Europe. I do know that they are not 100% free, but that the price difference it's huge and it's very important. I do know that, like, Politecnico Milan in architecture, at least, it's one of the best in the world. So I mean, I don't think that private schools are necessarily better. I think that there are private schools that are brilliant. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, so I don't necessarily think, I think that there are private schools that are brilliant, but I also think that there are public schools that are brilliant also. There is a fact that in a country like mine, Latin America mostly, public schools are a little bit of a political mess. So that's why many people that can't afford it go to private schools, because you skip the teacher strikes, all the political mess that can happen. Also because it's 100% free, the place is not in its best condition. But no, I don't necessarily think private schools are better than public schools. Besides, I think that if you really want to do it, it's up to you. Like, you can research the whole night for yourself. You can learn and read and watch interviews and watch tutorials about different things, about history, about, like, there are a lot of things that you can add to your knowledge yourself. So you can become an excellent professional from any school. Do you think it's really necessary to have a degree to work in the fashion industry? Well, it's what I just said. No. I think that having an education and having somebody teaching you, if you have the opportunity, it's excellent. It gives you a degree, so it gives you a certification. It's a whole experience that if you are allowed to do it, I would say do it. I would say even if you know what you want to do and you want to be a designer and you've been sewing and designing since you are 12 and you are super ready, I would say go and have an education if you can. Never tell you, no guys, don't study, this is like, no. But if you don't have the opportunity, then it shouldn't stop you. Because there is a lot of brilliant people that never had an education in fashion and still made it. So if you don't have the opportunity, there's also a lot of people that did have a degree. So if you guys can, please go to school. But if you cannot, it should never stop you, ever. Like, I don't think school is a waste of time, but I don't think it's mandatory either when it comes to the fashion field. So here's an interesting one. Why did you change your career? I used to study economics, and then I changed to fashion and did 2 degrees in fashion. This follower has been doing her homework. Thank you, honey. You remember correctly, I used to study economy and I changed into fashion because I always knew I wanted to do fashion. Even though I'm a DJ, I still work a lot in the fashion industry, and I played for brands, I worked for brands. I started working in a fashion PR agency, so I worked in there a lot too. I'm gonna talk about it later because that's the following question. But I changed because I always wanted to do fashion. I just come from a background of very not conservative, because my parents are not conservative at all, but we just didn't know what it was about, you know. And my father was like, you have the opportunity to study, you are good with maths, go for the safe thing, you know what I mean? Because to us, in our thought, in our knowledge, in what we know, that was the safe thing. Little did we know, fashion is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and honey, nothing is secured in this life, so you must as well do what you want to do and what makes you happy. I come from a background of, you know, like strict decisions and do what you have to do, and what I had to do according to our mindset was study something safe because I had the opportunity, I have the capacity. So it was like, if I don't do it, then I'm stupid. Why would I waste time going for the fashion industry if I can like study economics and then like be the owner of a brand? Because that was our mindset, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna study economic and then I'm gonna be in the fashion industry, but from an economist perspective. So when I told my parents that I was not happy and that I knew that I wanted to do fashion, they were amazing. They were incredible, and they have always been capable of evolving with me and my brother and understanding where we were coming from, and accompany us on the way. The one like locking myself, because I was like, shit, what if I do it and then I suck at it and I end up like not having a career whatsoever? So I said like, okay, I'm gonna do both at the same time. They looked at me like, you're a freak, and I was like, I know, but I'm gonna do it. So I did a whole year of both of the like economics, and I didn't leave, guys. Like, I swear I did not leave. I didn't have a life whatsoever. But it showed me that I really wanted to do fashion, and that economics was just an insecurity that I had to face at a certain point. After a while of doing both careers at the same time, it was obvious to me that I wanted to work in the fashion fields from a fashion student, not from an economist point of view. And I just told my parents, and they were like, okay honey, like, you know, we're not gonna force you to do something that makes you unhappy, so go for it. I mean, as long as you give your 100% into what you do, no matter what that is, we're here for you. And yeah, they were awesome. How did you start working in internships in the fashion industry being a student? I started working as an intern in a fashion PR agency. It taught me a lot. It was not like, as a student, I felt like I was living the Devil Wears Prada kind of lifestyle because my boss was not nice. She didn't pay me whatsoever. I worked 24/7. I did learn a lot, that's true, but you should know that you should never put up with people treating you wrong, especially when you are working for them for free. I entered there because I met somebody at an event, and then he introduced me to his boss, and she offered me a position in there without a contract, it was everything like on the low. There is a lot of chances of you getting an internship. I started working on the first year when I moved to Milan. It was not nice, it was not pretty. I put up with a lot of fucked up stuff that you guys shouldn't ever. Devil Wears Prada, it's not real. It's not like, it is real, but it happens all the time. But it's not cool, and it's not real on, like, as in, it's not as glamorous as it shows it. It's not cool. It's something that you guys should never put up with, no matter how much that teaches you. There are other ways of teaching and working for somebody without having to put up with that. Like, for example, fashionjobs.com, that can give you a lot of internships. Your school can actually like help you get an internship. You can go out to events, meet people, do public relationships 24/7. Go to, even when you're tired and it's a shitty event that you don't want to go to, get ready and go, honey, because you never know who you can meet. And be nice to everybody. Don't be fake, just be nice. My thing with public relationship is I've always been very respectful, as in, if I approach you because I'm interested in your work, then I approach you from a professional point of view. If I feel a connection with you, you're cool as fuck, and I want to get to know you, and I want to, like, we become friends, then that's a personal thing, and I would never ask a professional favor for you. Like, don't be fake, as in approach somebody, become their friend, and then just, oh, but she can put me on the spot, and she can, no, don't do that. Because people know, people realize, and it's not nice, and it's the worst thing that a person can be. Like, you want to work with somebody, just approach and say like, hey, I love what you do, I would love to work for you. If you have a vacancy on your company or in your office, please let me know. I'm a hard worker, and I will bust my ass to become even better. Like, do not be fake, because people realize, and once they realize, you're fucked. Yeah, fashion industry can be tough, but tough doesn't mean disrespectful. Like, if they make you work 24/7, then that's normal, but they should always treat you with respect. Like, you will have to start from the bottom and make it to the top, but that doesn't mean that they should treat you like their dog or their bitch. You're not their bitch, you're their employee. Last couple of questions. Do you have any regret? Probably that. Probably putting up with something that I thought I had to put up with in order to learn. You can learn and bust your ass and work 24/7 and be extremely ambitious without having to put up with disrespect. It's very important that a student start working since before graduation. I think it's important. It teaches you a complete different angle of the industry. Even if it's something that you don't want to do or that's not your main goal, that's fine. Everything teaches you. Like, go slowly and learn from everything that you go through to make it to where you want to be and what you want to do. Okay guys, I hope it was useful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I could clarify some of your doubts. See you next time. Love you.